Cyber ladies and cyber gentlemen of the Cyber Jeff gang, thanks so much for cruising in, and to the new folks, I'm really glad to have you and I hope you stick around. Today I got a supercut of all the vehicle related mods I did this month for a grand total of 34 mods. I cut out a lot of the nonsense, so it's just gonna be pure mod action. Sit back and enjoy the mods. I'm Cyber Jeff, you know I always got you covered. Nomad clans need to protect their camps, and if you ever been out there with them, you know that danger can roll up at any time for any reason. So it's really important for them to be able to level the playing field as quickly and simply as possible while still remaining mobile. With the Ford Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6, you can take on a whole division of Militech goons out in the Badlands by yourself. We're looking at 800 horsepower and 9,000 pounds of pure American hell on 6 wheels with 2 12-pack rocket launchers in the bed. This is what I'm talking about. Modders taking real-life vehicles and making them accurate to the Cyberpunk universe. You gotta love it. If you think the weapon systems are too much, don't even trip. You can take them off and you can still have a hardcore, reliable pickup that stops for nothing. Seriously, nothing can stop it. And if you ask me, this is well in line with the very concept of being a nomad. The Ford Crown Victoria, my friends, is what you call a sleeper hit. Every now and again, nomads gotta come into the city to handle biz. They gotta get on paved roads and integrate a little into the overall decorum. It's not really ideal in long term, but here's the answer to that. Now, the real Ford Crown Vic at this point in 2077 would be damn near ancient, but this Crown Vic has been given an update to fit perfectly into the cyberpunk aesthetic. How do the kids say it nowadays? To be quite honest with you fam, I am a simp for the Ford Crown Victoria. Crown Vic police interceptors were the GOAT of each police department across the US for about 30 years. They were low-key some of the most fire vehicles ever made, on God, for real, for real. They could take a beating and just keep bussing with over 300,000 miles on the odometer, and they flexed a 4.6 liter V8, so they were lit in chases, no cap. But what we wanted for is a low profile way to get into the city without drawing attention, handle our biz, and get the fuck back out into freedom again. The Crown Vic gives us 4 doors, plenty of space for passengers or cargo, and it's still got the push bars on the front for what it's worth. Nobody's gonna take a second look, and it's perfect for exactly what we need it for. Quick side note, you also get lights and sirens if you want them to, so I guess for some reason if you want to act like a badge, go ahead. I'm a dad, but I'm not your dad. Ooh, this one's for the long haul solo runs, the Brennan Apollo Tourer. Normally a touring bike would need some asphalt under those wheels, but come on now, this is a Nomad bike we're talking about. Did you really think it wouldn't work out in the dirt? Look at those strong off-road tires and that beastly suspension. Perfect for those late night smuggling runs out in the dunes, and it also comes in a couple different colors. We can shred dirt, we can hit jumps, we can evade, we can pull up for quick hits, we can run protection. We got it all in this bike. Now here's a straight up gem for you. The Quadra Type 66 Phantom is unlike many other vehicles in that you can use cyber engine tweaks to customize its appearance on the fly. This car is something special. Take a look at how it works now. This is some heavy duty, high effort, high quality modding. As for how it drives, it's a Quadra, so you already know what you're getting into, but in true Nomad fashion, you know it's gotta have machine guns and rockets strapped on too. This one's perfect if you want to be the Nomad James Bond. You're going fast, you're looking sharp, and you're the deadliest element on the road. Hey, check it out, we got another staple of desert warfare here with the Hummer H1. I think a Nomad camp would appreciate 4 or 5 or 6 of these around for quick personnel transportation, and of course you know it's rugged and reliable enough to be operating out in the Badlands. But this is Cyberpunk. You thought all you're getting was a Hummer? Nah, think again. You know it's got machine guns on it too. Just like the other real world vehicles on this list, you know this one's been fully integrated to make it safe to Cyberpunk lore too. It can tank hits, it can survive, it can shoot back, and it can keep you safe out there. What more do you need? Well, here we got a Nomad's dream. The basic vehicle pack comes with a shitload of spare parts for us to break down. Our scavenger teams are gonna love it. But there's actually a lot worth keeping here. Just check out this sick lineup I got. I'm just gonna take a quick little selection of vehicles here that a Nomad would get the most mileage out of. Find the ones that are right for you. There's some great options in here that are perfect picks for a Nomad soul. All in all, we're looking at the Apollo Cicada, Nomad Thornton Colby, a Quartz Sidewinder, a Nomad Thornton Galena, Thornton Mackinac Larimore, and a Quadra Type 66 Reaver for you Wraith assholes. Alright, clear the watering hole. Last up, we got the Buffalo Bison of the list. Nomad's gotta be able to move large things and large quantities of things over long distances, and the Chevron Centurion 1000 is the perfect way to do that. Obviously, playing through Cyberpunk 2077, there's nothing that you actually need to haul, but you can still use the Centurion to be the king of the road. It's straight up unstoppable. Also, this is totally subjective, but this interior looks like a super comfortable ride. I want to get in there and drive. It comes in a big variety of models and styles, from regular cargo transports to flatbeds and a whole bunch of different colors. The best way to use the Centurion, I think, is for big mobile cover. It's not fast at all, but it's durable and strong, and that's how you survive out here, yeah? If there was ever a car that came right out of Cyberpunk 2077 into the real world, the Hyundai Envision 74 is the one. This is an EV concept car set to rock and roll in 2026 that takes direct inspiration from the 1974 Hyundai Pony, a Hyundai concept car that never got produced. The Envision 74 is more Back to the Future than Back to the Future. It's so Back to the Future that you could call it Back from the Future, because at the time of this video, it won't even be out for another 2 calendar years. They're only gonna make 100 of them, selling 70 to the public and saving 30 just for racing. In real life, we can expect the Envision 74's 800 horsepower to take it from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. It's gonna be a contender wherever you take this car in Night City. You get behind the wheel of this bad boy, you will become someone. It's really cool to see recording artists out there making appearances in video games. This custom 98 Mercedes-Benz 190E is a car that's actually owned by A$AP Rocky in real life. He's also on the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack. Holler at me later on this. I got a lot to say in a future video about musicians I want to see in the Cyberpunk universe. Just by looking at this vehicle from a distance, you can tell it's one of a kind. It's got this two-tone black and white paint job no other car has. It's got the Louis Vuitton headlight tape, which is a great look for Cyberpunk, and it's got a really unique body kit. This car nails all the themes we need, and hard. What more could you ask for? Well, what do we have here? It's another vehicle pack. Leave it to DJ Kovric to get these vehicles buyable the way they should have been in the base game. Anyway, this pack comes with not 5, not 10, not 15, not 20, but 26 different vehicles commonly used by Night City gangs. We got Jeffersons, Suprons, Shions, Alvarados, Kusanagis, and Turbo Rs for days. No matter what set you rep, this pack's got you covered. Look at this lineup, it's an NCPD profiler's dream. Yet another case of modders carrying this game on their back. It's not surprising at all, you gotta love them. Scope these whips, go get them, download them, endorse them, you need them. This car's for flash posers, you won't catch me dead in it, but who knows. Style over substance as it is, it's gonna get eyes on you, it's gonna make you look cool, it's a statement. That's exactly what you need if you're going for peak street kid aesthetic. There have been a lot of people who saw this car in the base game, but they were frustrated because they couldn't get it. Well, now you can. I think the ex-Corpo in me might have a little soft spot for it. Takimura owns one of these, and he's one of the gnarliest Corpo rats I ever met in my life. Come to think of it, it might actually be worth it to get one of these just to flex on Corpos. It's really never a bad time to let them know their place. At least they'll see you loud and clear with the top down, and that's exactly what you want in a car, even if it is a Mitsutani. So, in Night City, my basic rule of thumb is that if you make it through the day without getting shot at, it's a good day. The only other thing... Wait a minute, hang on. Is that what I think it is? Is that a Supra? Cool, here's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a 2020 Toyota Supra Mark V A90 with an HKS body kit. If you know anything about the Toyota Supra, you know that it's revered in modern car culture. It represents the pinnacle of 1990s Japanese sports car engineering. It's got a timeless design and it's easy to customize. Supras are also really rare nowadays because of their limited production, so imagine how rare they'd be in 2077. It's a high-profile attention getter that's gonna put eyes on you. To show Night City you got the juice, and that's just what a street kid needs to get a name. Cool. So maybe 4 wheels aren't your style, that's totally alright, but if you want a bike, you need a real monster, something people are gonna look at and envy. Lucky for you, we got a bitchin' Kawasaki Ninja H2 in the house, ready to ride, that fits right into the Cyberpunk aesthetic. How about we put you on a supercharged 4-stroke super sport class Street Fighter? This ain't a super bike, it's a hyper bike. Kawasaki knows ball. So yeah, it's flashy, it's aggressive, it's fast, and it's dangerous. It's everything you need to stay committed to the edge on the streets of Night City. The only question is, since you're gonna dust them all off so fast, are they even gonna see you? Only one way to find out. You need to go get it and come back here, tell me what happens. Put me in this car, man. Shut up and take my eddies. It's time for the classic Cyberjeff cherry on top. Take a look at the Quadra Turbo KS edition. Everything about this car screams, look at me, I'm faster than you, in your face, and you can't stop me. If you get just one car off my list today, make it this one. You get in this vehicle and you own the road. road. You roll up to Afterlife and all eyes are on you. Maximum style, maximum performance. It's sleek, it's aggressive, it commands respect. If you're driving this car, it's got the potential to be just as iconic as Johnny Silverhand's Porsche. All it's gonna take is for you to go out with a bang and everyone's gonna want this car. You get behind the wheel of the Quadra Turbo KS Edition and you can basically do whatever the hell you want, because who's gonna stop you? This is the coolest and truest way to let Night City know you're here and you mean business in your choice of 16 colors. Simple as that. We're gonna have high-end luxury vehicles, we need a place to put them. Not just for storage purposes, but you need to keep your ride safe from the common filth of the city. What kind of level 1 shit kicker parks their car on the street or in a public garage? You need the security, you need the privacy. Get it, download it, endorse it. You need to showcase that wealth in the biggest way. We don't just accumulate wealth, we show it off, we flaunt it in the face of the common rabble out there. You need the status. Let's get down to brass tacks and check out those wheels now. I'm gonna kick off this list strong with the ultimate vehicle for blowhard true innovators. The Tesla Cybertruck. The perfect look for a Corpo elite to show what a dominant force on the cutting edge you are. You don't just think you're smarter than everyone else, you really are. Like, you really are. Anyone who wants to put a bullet in your head is gonna have to get past this military grade armor first. No need to worry about ethics or sustainability anymore. You earned it, buddy. Don't make all those underage cobalt miners in the Congo work in vain. Put it to use like a real boss. Forget about those huge open pit cobalt mines ripping the environment apart. You drive an eco-friendly EV. You're a hero. You get 3 variants to choose from: the original, white, and black. Custom interior, custom sounds, the full package. Go flex on the bottom rung. You're the man. Whether you're on your way to negotiations, transporting sensitive corporate data, or you're on the way to the next corporate war, the Corpo vehicle pack's got you covered. In it, we've got 3 different models: the Villafort Columbus, the Villafort Cortez, and the Emperor 620 Ragnar in Arasaka, Kong Tao, Militech, and Netwatch variants. I'm putting the Arasaka livery on the Ragnar. What would a Cyberjeff vehicle mod showcase be without a DJ Kovric vehicle pack? Absolute legend. This gem of German engineering in the Mercedes AMG GTR was designed for racetracks, but what do you care? The world's your racetrack if you want it to be. It's got a V8 in there so you can blast down the main drag at 200 miles an hour. You'll never be late for another board meeting again. And you can easily outrun the hit squad your manager sends after you when the head of internal affairs chews him out for not meeting deadlines. It's sleek, it's aggressive, it's refined, and above all else, elite. The default version comes in Biotechnica green, but there's 7 other colors to choose from. Plus you get options in customizing the interior. When you think luxury, think the Bentley Bentayga. It's not a new money jam. This SUV will tell everyone you've been in the game for a long time. You're hard to kill. This is the one you gotta take if you gotta meet some nasty nomads out in the Badlands, because it can get down and dirty out there. It is a sport utility vehicle after all, and it can really go out in that dirt. So you got all the cargo space you need, but you've also got more than enough space to bring your backup along to whatever op you're going to. And to top it off, it's no slouch in the valet line either. All your subordinates are gonna be mad jealous. Maybe this isn't a good idea after all. Hey, fun fact, you remember the Hyundai Envision 74 from my STREETKID vehicle showcase? The Bentley Bentayga was designed by none other than the same guy, Sang-Yup Lee. The 3rd generation Cadillac Escalade is roughly the size of the average night denizen's apartment, so it'll be the one to put all your little insecurities to bed. Because it's got more than enough space to fit that big ol' ego, you can haul around all the burdens of Corpo life in the trunk, like your entourage or Brenda from HR. It's big, it's bold, it exudes professionalism and presence, and it's definitely gonna compensate for whatever shortcomings flying around in that Corpo-licious mind of yours. A 6.2-liter Vortec V8 lets it push 403 horsepower. It's the automotive equivalent of a late 2000s rapper, certified platinum and dominating the charts. Last on the list, you know we had to hit him with the classic Cyberjeff cherry on top. The Rolls-Royce Wraith isn't for CEOs that operate in Night City, it's for CEOs that rule Night City. It has to be the dream car of every CEO out there. If you're not chasing one of these, then let's be real, you probably don't have what it takes to be a real Corpo. We're talking about a palace on wheels powered by a 6.6-liter turbocharged V12, 623 horses, 0 to 60 in 4.4. Ladies and gentlemen, this vehicle is the pinnacle of power, elegance, and superiority rolled into one heavenly machine. This makes the Rayfield Erendite look like a toy. It's the epitome of class and prestige. The Erendite might turn heads, but the Wraith is gonna make them bow. It demands respect. You climb the corporate ladder to get it, then you set it on fire behind you. That's why you're behind the wheel of the Wraith and they're not. First up, we're gonna look at Wait, hold on, what's going on here? Well, isn't this a fucking treat? Look who just showed up. Hey, Johnny. Let's hope he sticks around for the rest of this video. You know, I think it would be really awesome if there was a mod that did this on a more regular basis. Say, like, maybe Johnny could spawn in between, like, 5 and 50 seconds after you get in your car. That'd be really rad. Oh, wait. You're telling me Deceptius made that already? Well, that doesn't surprise me, the guy's a genius. Listen to those gears shift. You know why it sounds so good? That's because I got the authentic shift mod. It seems like a really small change, but this one's really gonna change your life. Don't take it from me, let's give it a test and show the results side by side. It's got a permanent place in your loader. You're welcome. With Cyberpunk 2077, every single bit of customization you can squeeze out of the game goes a really long way, so let's use bobblehead everywhere to take it just a little bit further. Now, I like the stock Bulldog, don't get me wrong, but it's never a bad thing to have more options. Lucky for us, bobblehead everywhere gives us 15 more choices of bobbleheads we can stick on the dash. There's some really cool ones like a Marcus Aurelius bust, a Max Tac bobblehead, an Oda mask. We got the classic Hula Girl, we got a Terminator, an Anime Girl if you're into that. We got some other funny ones too, but I think we'll stick with the... I really love these things so much. Switching them up is as easy as going into the mod settings. Also keep in mind that this mod is still in development. Mr. Chetta's still working on adding more to it in future updates, more bobbleheads, and also decorations that you can dangle from the rearview mirror. Get it now and keep an eye on it. Next up, let's take a look at one that's going to crank up the immersion. Drive Carefully Expanded is going to incentivize us to, well, drive carefully. With this mod, if you're involved in a collision that's your fault, you're going to be held financially liable. Simple as that. It makes a lot of sense. I think there should be some real consequences for damaging other people's vehicles when you're out on the road. Whatever insurance claim you get slapped with is going to be proportionate to the severity of the collision. This is actually an update to an older iteration of the mod, but with this one, you're going to be able to fine-tune everything to your liking with the mod settings. I'm a big fan of these punishing settings you can find on the mod page, but I suggest you set it up how you like it the best. This one here, Accurate Speedometer, is an absolute must for me. I don't take it off ever. I actually don't even have any footage recorded without it. So I don't know what unit speed is canonically measured in the Cyberpunk universe, but whatever it is, it doesn't sit well with me. I'm an American, so my brain short circuits when I see anything but miles per hour. Now, don't trip if you read speed the weird way, there's an option for kilometers per hour too. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, here's the heavyweight entry we've been waiting for, E-Rock's Car Modification Shop. Check it out on the map right there in Northside. You can see it under the drop point category. Let's head over there and check it out right now. Pull in here and you get this fancy menu where you're going to be able to customize and upgrade every performance facet of your car. We're not going to worry about cosmetics here. Ideally, you shouldn't even own any ugly cars in the first place. This mod is all business. Car Modification Shop is going to let you trick out your vehicle's engine, ECU, transmission, suspension, tires, brakes, weight reduction, and even incorporate unique parts for a grand total of 47 custom parts. Bear in mind, this shop can upgrade your cars and bikes. You ever get annoyed when you're driving around and you miss your turn because your eyes are flicking back and forth between the mini-map and the road in front of you? You guys might be a lot sharper than me, but this really gets under my skin. Anyhow, if you want this problem to be gone forever, just pick up Jack Humbert's in-world navigation. Honestly, this is another one of those mods that should have been a feature of the base game, but here we are, once again, the modders proven that they got the juice and they carry the real torch. I know this has been a really contentious topic since Cyberpunk 2077 was first released, and through every update it's had, a lot of people have had a serious gripe with the vehicle handling. Straight up, I actually never had an issue with it, but I heard this one here, Baby Driver, is the solution. So I installed it and I took it for a spin, and I gotta say, I don't feel like taking it off now. If you look through the comments, you're gonna see the players of all types, players that have had issues with the driving, people that didn't have issues, controller players, keyboard and mouse players, anyone. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the classic CyberJeff cherry on top. What we have here in auto drive might be classified as an outlier. CyberJeff, this is a showcase about driving. Why would you include a mod that defeats the purpose of driving? Man, hear me out, just give it a try. Mark a spot on your map, push V or left on your D-pad and just let it go. Just a side note and a quick little reality check here for the people who aren't buying my hype right now. Cars can do this in 2024 right now. You can also push a button to summon them in 2077, so there's really no reason why we shouldn't be able to use auto drive. You get safety, you get realism, you get immersion, and most importantly, you get to chill and just enjoy getting from A to B in style and comfort. Okay, so here's the plan. We'll be driving a car provided to us by MVP Vehicle Modder Cornmill. Then we install a combination of these 4 specific mods. We need Gripped Up, Cyber Drift, Dynamic Downforce, and Dynamic Gravity. With these 4 mods installed, the driving in this game is like night and day. Even over Baby Driver, the cars feel more responsive than ever. I'll level with you, whenever I'm taking footage with driving in it, I'm always white knuckling. I tend to crash into a lot of shit. Over time, I started to notice that in scenarios where I would have crashed, I didn't. If I did make any unwanted impact, I was able to easily correct my trajectory or just avoid the hazard entirely. I sometimes pushed my luck and tried to go for the near misses on other traffic and hazards just to be flashy, and as you can see, it worked out very well. There's an increased grip factor. You're not sliding all over the place, but at the same time, there's also a huge boost in the vehicle's responsiveness. It makes driving feel like way less of a chore. And if you want to drift through corners and slide around and pull off stunts, you'd use the handbrake. I gotta say, I'm thoroughly impressed. Now, I'm not gonna tell you to stop using Baby Driver 2.0 because that one's great too, but the way my test went today, I think I'll stick with this combo. It's hard for me to describe to you in words. It's something that you need to feel. And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned to the channel because I got something huge for you on the way, dropping very, very soon. Until next time, you know what to do. Stay preem.